Hey guys, going to be a pretty cool show today. I've got a pretty special round to show you here from the Hawaii Minting Authority when we return. Hey everybody, and welcome back to this very special video today where I'll actually be reviewing and sharing with you a terrifically wonderful silver round from the Hawaiian Islands. Now, to give you a little background story on this silver round here that I'm about to show you, I did receive an email from the Hawaii Minting Authority. And I'll go ahead and share the actual card that they sent included with this silver round. The Hawaii Minting Authority is pretty new, and they sent me a very nice letter, and the letter started out with, "Please read first." So I did as they said. I'm just going to let you guys know straight up front that these are not stacker rounds. These are definitely collector rounds, okay? But they're for a very, very good cause. I'm going to read a letter to you that I received from the Hawaii Minting Authority and also let you know what their website is. So you can go over there and check it out, but please do keep in mind that this is for collecting. All right, guys, so got this wonderful letter from the Hawaii Minting Authority. They reached out asking if I would review this round, and I gladly agreed to do so. They said, "Aloha, Florida Stacker. Mahalo for your willingness to review our product on YouTube and to share our website with your viewers." And their website here, go ahead and share that with all of you. www.hawaiimintingauthority.com. So there you go. We are honored by your efforts. A little bit about us. Hawaii Minting Authority's mission is to honor, educate, and perpetuate the culture of Hawaii in the timeless medium of handcrafted numismatic precious metal rounds. Our benefactors commit that a minimum of 51% of profits at Hawaii Minting Authority will be used towards sustainable agriculture on the island of Hawaii. These funds will be directly dispersed from Hawaii Minting Authority to farmers on the island to be used to further develop the promising ula breadfruit industry, thereby increasing food security on the islands where more than 80% of food is imported. This is to ensure future generations will thrive in Hawaii. Hawaii Minting Authority's normal course of business operation provides purpose and a source of income for locals that isn't completely tied to the primarily tourist-driven state economy. A single ula tree can produce more than 1,000 pounds of complex, low glycemic carbohydrates annually. Hawaii Minting Authority's benefactors are directly responsible for more than 730 trees being put into agricultural production on the island and hopes to double that number in the coming decade. We have completed arrangements with brick and mortar retailers, and in the future, based on impending resumed travel and visitation to the islands, hope to primarily sell at those locations, further limiting our web sales and increasing the exclusivity of our product by increasingly limiting purchases to those who travel to or live in Hawaii. Due to logistics of our remote, isolated location on a rural part of sacred Mauna Kea, tooling took over a year to acquire and assemble, and the change in visitor frequency during that time, fortunately for the viewers, has somewhat dictated that we offer our product via the internet until normal sales resume. All right. So I got this nice letter here from the Hawaii Minting Authority, and it is for quite the cause. So 51% of their profits, I should say, are committed to helping sustainable agriculture on the island of Hawaii. And for those of you that have never been to the islands of Hawaii, the Hawaiian Islands, the island of Hawaii itself is also known as the Big Island. Okay, and it is pretty remote on the Big Island. I'm lucky in that for a short period of time, a couple of weeks actually, I was able to visit the Big Island of Hawaii while I was stationed over on a different island in the Hawaiian Islands known as Oahu. So they sent this wonderful Precious Metals with Purpose letter to me, and now let's go ahead and show you one of these wonderful silver rounds that they produce. And they do produce, I believe it's 5 or 6 variants of Very Hawaiian in design silver round. So this one here is the Honu, or the sea turtle. Obviously, probably figured that out now by the sea turtle sitting just off to the right. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is a beautiful wooden box. And I don't know, but I think this is, do they call it Kona wood? Someone will have to let me know. I can't remember the exact terminology for this wood, but it's some sort of driftwood, I believe. Could be wrong there, so if you do know, please let me know. So here's the box. It just slides to the side. It's slightly magnetized there and locks shut. And here is the 1 ounce silver round. Very, very beautiful. 3/9 fine. 1 troy ounce of silver. The Honu, the sea turtle. You also see Kālā, which is Hawaiian for silver money. So on the top there, Kālā, silver money. Comes in this beautiful capsule as well. I think I might have, yep, that's just a little something, some little object got there on the capsule, cleaned off nicely. Very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Handcrafted using the old tooling technology. You have to check out their website to see how these rounds are actually minted. So there you go. And I do believe that that is the seal of the state of Hawaii. I should know these things, and I don't. Apologies in advance, but the Hawaii Minting Authority, the Honu, the sea turtle, you've got to check out some of these other designs they have over there. And I'm, first of all, I just want to say to the Hawaii Minting Authority, thank you. Thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you for sending me this beautiful round. I can only imagine how difficult things are for you and the islands right now with everything that has been going on in the world due to the virus, right? So obviously, I lived on Oahu for a little less than 3 years. The islands are a part of me, and have many wonderful memories from my time living on Oahu near Honolulu. But I know also that here in Florida, the tourist industry is the tourism and hospitality industry in the Central Florida area. If you've ever been to the Orlando area of the United States, Orlando, Florida area of the United States, you know that, well, this is Mousetown, right? Quite a large population of people here work for industries that directly support Walt Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld. The hotels here, obviously, very large convention center where they do the Orlando Fun Show. Used to be twice annually. It's been canceled again. Very unfortunate in January. But the tourism and hospitality industry here has suffered, and I know how important that is to the islands in Hawaii. Love Hilo too. Hilo's awesome. I did spend some time there. I can't remember the name of the place, but they had some great banana pancakes. It was a little like a breakfast diner right there in the old part of Hilo. I've been up on a couple of the volcanoes. I definitely recommend, when the opportunity presents itself, if it's within your means, please do consider visiting the islands. And if you go, I also highly recommend you get to the Big Island. That's where you're going to see the rainbows and the waterfalls and the volcanoes, the active ones too, right? They do still have an active volcano on the island. Also, the Space Observatory that's on the island. If you like the stars and the universe, you can head up there. They've got telescopes that are set up for anyone to use, and lots of super smart people there on top of the volcano where the observatory is, where the big telescopes are, to educate you about space and the stars. So the Hawaiian Islands are such a beautiful place. And in order for me to show my gratitude to you, I'm going to go ahead and purchase another one of these. I'm going to gift the Honu here, the sea turtle, to my daughter. And I'm going to purchase one of your other rounds directly so that I may pass that to my son. And I look forward to doing that. I'll do that before this weekend is over. Thank you all for tuning into this video. Once more, if you're interested in learning about the Hawaiian Minting Authority and the help that they give the local community, please head over to their website. Agriculture is so important in Hawaii, especially on the Big Island. I think more than any other of the islands that I was able to visit and the people that I talked to. it's so important over there. And if you have to understand, if you've ever lived on an island, most things are imported. And during 2020, we know that the cost of food of all things really went up the most, right? And on the islands, food is already overpriced. And believe it or not, there's a lot of money over on the eastern side of Oahu, but not a whole lot of money over on the western side of Oahu, where most of the native Hawaiians and those that maybe they aren't Polynesian by blood, but they call Hawaii home. They live over on that side. And so many of them rely on the tourism industry and importing food. And if there's anything that we can do as humans, as Americans, as people who really value the mission of the Hawaii Minting Authority to help them, then if it's within your means, please head on over to their website and price out one of these beautiful silver rounds. If it's within your means, once more, no pressure on my end, but I do think it's for a very good cause, and I will contribute to that cause this weekend. So thank you all again. If you have any questions directly for me about my time in Hawaii, please leave your comments down below. I'll be happy to answer them. It's just, I could go on forever about the beauty of Hawaii and the great times that I had there in my young to mid-20s too. It's like the perfect time in your life to live. To be a single guy in Hawaii for 3 years, it was pretty cool. So anyways, go ahead and leave those comments down below. And if you have any comments or questions for the Hawaii Minting Authority, you can send an email. I'm going to go ahead and share that with you here to info@hawaiimintingauthority.com. And once more, you can visit their website at www.hawaiimintingauthority.com. That concludes this video. We'll be back very soon with a regular stacking video, some boring American Silver Eagles, I'm sure. But if you like the really cool stuff, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate you making it to the end of the video. And we'll see you soon on another one. Florida Stacker out.